Hey everyone, welcome to the Oasis podcast. I'm your host, Miss AJ. Thanks for tuning in. An oasis is something that provides refuge, relief, or a pleasant contrast, and that is exactly what you will find tuning into the Oasis podcast. This is a space where I and special guests will be cultivating intentional and honest conversations about life's journey. Subscribe everywhere you listen to podcasts and watch us on YouTube now. Hey y'all, hey. Thank you for tuning into another episode of the Oasis podcast. I am so glad that you are joining me again on another episode. Actually, this episode is going to be with Miss Keesh and I, but I wanted to jump in really quickly and wish my beautiful Gemini baby happy birthday. Today is my little mama's birthday, turning 3. Well, 2. She's a three-nager. She's been a three-nager. But yeah, it's her birthday today, and I am truly grateful. I'm blessed. I'm shocked. I'm surprised. I'm in awe. I'm sad. I am a multitude of things. I usually am around this time for many reasons, but we're not going to get into all that right now. But I just wanted to shout her out. Wanted to shout out all my other Gemini friends because it's y'all season now. So I want y'all to enjoy. And there will be no Gemini slander here. Okay? I fucks with Geminis. All right? I gets them. They get me. We cool over here. All right? There will be no Gemini slander. Right? So I want to wish my baby, all my friends, my business partners, my colleagues, a very, very happy birthday and happy Gemini season. Now on to the episode. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Oasis podcast. Thank you for joining and tuning in again. And so we got Miss Keesh on the show again. She done graced us with her presence once more.
All right, double feature.
That's okay, girl. Thank you. And Miss Keesh is 40 now, y'all. Hey,
Yo,
40 club. I'm gonna be right there with you in a few months, girl. So how you feel?
a lot of emotions.
Mm-hmm.
I had a lot of emotions turning 40. I think it was gratitude because it was like you didn't have to go to 40, but you made it. So thank God. I think the other part of it was like, oh, this is it. Like, I think how I looked at 40 was like it was like the final level of the game. And I'm like, why am I like I'm still alive? Like, why am I looking at this as a
Right.
finality? But
Mm-hmm.
I had viewed it as a finality, and when I turned 40, it was like okay, this is it. Like you just age and you just get smarter and wiser as you go. So I think that was the main two feelings. I think the other feelings was a little sadness because I was like, ah, man, like I thought that I would have certain things at the same time. But then also it was happiness because it was like, though I lacked in what I thought I was supposed to have, I'm happy with what is going on around me. And then it was just relief. It was like, oh, okay, I'm 40 now. I ain't gotta worry about it until I'm 50. So it was just like a relief. So yeah, it was a mixed bag of emotions, but yeah, to put 40 into the age is wild for me because I still remember myself being 35.
First of all, a 40 where? Okay, can
Right.
we talk about
Hello.
it? Us, quote unquote, 40-year-olds now. Excuse you.
Right.
We look younger than some of the people who are in their 20s.
Look,
Okay,
some girl
40
told me,
where?
right? Some girl told me the other day she was 32, and I was like, what? Like, so yeah, I appreciate with the longevity, the looks, and the water. Drink your
Okay.
water.
Drink your water and mind your business.
Mind your
Okay.
business.
Okay, so I definitely wanted to have you on the show to talk about this because I know we've talked about it,
Hmm.
40 for years now together,
Yeah.
but I wanted to bring you on because I want you to talk about, some of the things you wished you knew before turning 40, right? And then now that you're over the hump, like you kind of touched up a little bit on this, but now that you're over the hump, like, how have you felt you've changed, transforms,
Mm-hmm.
if at all? So,
Yeah.
what are some things that you wish you knew? So, like, I know we had conversations prior, there was again that fear of, oh, okay, what does 40 look like, And
Yeah.
again, some of the grief that comes with turning 40.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny that you shared that like you felt like 40 was like the final stage, which is funny because I guess people make you feel like that because they make 40 seem so old. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
life is 40, life is just it's over. It's done.
But right.
And it's like, what? I just feel like I'm just now really starting to live for real. Like you really just
Mm-hmm.
starting to feel because you now feel settled in yourself, in your skin. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I think
Mm-hmm.
this is I've been saying that I feel 40 is gonna be my best era yet.
Yeah.
And I truly, truly mean that. Like I feel it in my core because there's this level of strength that I have and this level of sureness and trust that I have in myself that I didn't have
Mm-hmm.
years prior. There's a level of love I have from how I look in my body and who I am as a
Right.
person, how I think, how I function that I didn't have before. So there's no way 40 is going to be terrible because I ain't gonna let it. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I
No,
ain't
for
gonna
real.
let it.
Mm-hmm.
But what can you share of, from our conversations before versus what you're experiencing now? Like, what do you wish you knew before and kind of how you comparing it to what it is today?
I think what I wish I knew before is to like stop policing everything. And when I say about that, it's like you're policing your body because when you're going to you're aging, so your body will age with you. So the things that you used to do, you may not be able to do it as much as as much as you want anymore, and that's okay.
Yeah.
I noticed that I'm not lifting as heavier as I used to
Yeah.
at the gym, and I have to be okay with that. It doesn't negate that I'm powerful and I'm strong. Maybe I have to work on some key deficiencies, but this is what I have to work on. But I shouldn't police myself. I shouldn't be like very harsh and say, damn, like, you used to do this, you used to do that. And I think that's another thing of comparison. Like, stop comparing what you did when you was 30 to like what
Mhm.
you now doing as you turning 40.
Yeah.
Because when you was 30, you was still a baby. You was still learning.
Hmm.
Like, yes, your frontal lobe, was formed, but like you're still truly a baby adult until you got get to 35. And that's when everything kind of shifts for you, where
Hmm.
now you are middle age, but like you're making more concise and intentional decisions about your life.
Hmm.
I wish that I knew that you're not alone in this world and in your own experience. I think, sometimes when we see society, everybody's coupled up or have married and children. And lately, I've been meeting women who are over 40 or 40 and they don't have a partner, they don't have
And
children.
they
So,
happy as hell.
and they happy as hell. So, this is a
Yeah.
common reality of life where is what society sees and versus what you are dealing with and what you experience.
That's by
And
choice.
I think I'm grateful for that.
Hmm. Hmm. And these decisions are like by choice, right? They
Yeah.
they like to make it seem like, oh, you get to a certain age and then you're never gonna be able to find anyone. And it's like, but what if you get to a certain age and you choose that you don't want none of that
Hmm.
shit?
Hmm.
Okay? Like,
Hmm.
because so much conversation has been about that. And as I get older, you start to understand, how we in every, well, I don't know if every family, but I'm gonna talk for Black
Right. The
families
Caribbeans.
and the Caribbean family. You always have that one aunt or two aunts or ten that just be like, they never dealt with men. They don't want to deal with men. They just live their quiet little life.
Hmm.
They just be doing their own thing. And you always wonder, oh, I wonder why they didn't have kids. Or I wonder why they didn't have a person.
Right.
You get older, you're like, girl, I get it.
Yeah. You don't want nobody in your space. That's
And they
how I
always
feel.
look good and nice and young and living their life, right? Like,
Hmm.
yeah, now it makes sense as you get older. You're just like, uh-huh, uh-huh,
Like
yeah,
you get it. You
yeah,
get it.
yeah.
Yeah. I like that's how I feel. Like I get it. Like sometimes I don't want to be bothered,
Mm,
and that's okay. I don't want my phone to ring, or if it rings, yeah, I'm not gonna listen to it. I'm not gonna answer it. It's gonna ring, and I think that's the piece that I am not going to negotiate on. Is the feeling of knowing that I have complete control about what I can do, what I choose to do. The shoulda, coulda, wouldas are in the past. It's just more of like yes or no for me. Like I've been more direct. I think for me, what I've learned is that I said this again, I'm gonna say it again, like your body age. Like there's sometimes when you can sit still and then next you get a cramp and you're like, no, this is not your call to go to Jesus. It's just that you just got a cramp. And I think I wish I learned that because
mm,
when I get like certain physical symptoms, my anxiety act up because it's like, okay, what is this? What's going on? And then I could go all to the doctors and the doctors say you're fine. It's just more of like knowing the stress
mhm.
and what your body can handle stress wise, which
Gonna
leads in
react differently, and that's
right.
what it
And
is.
then the other part is stress. Like,
Mm,
you know, I wish I knew that you causing stress is just kind of manufactured by the expectations that you hold for yourself.
mhm,
I wish I learned that my life was okay. And
probably
I
damn
think,
good, right?
yeah, damn good. Like, I shouldn't feel like my life wasn't that good because I would have not been stressing or causing so much angst in my body
Mhm.
um to deal with something that I had no control over for the beginning. So I wish I learned I was capable of making my own decisions. Cause I think sometimes I I wouldn't say self-doubt creeps in, but like sometimes I just need like a second opinion.
Mm,
And I felt like if I didn't get the second opinion, I will fail in some way. And
mm,
I was so conditioned from my
yep,
mom, like
yep. Mhm.
if I said certain things, she'd be like, "You sure? You sure? I don't think you should do it." And then I had to be compliant and listen to her. And I wish I would have been like, "Girl, take the risk. You don't have to be like your mom. You don't have to be like anybody. Just take the risk."
There was actually a video recently. Well, you haven't been on Instagram, so you probably haven't seen or social media.
Yeah.
This is lady. I think she was white. I think she was a white lady, but she's I guess turned 40, and she's on the internet. She's in her car just crying, breakdown, breakdown, breakdown,
Mm.
crying. And I didn't listen to all the things, but like a piece that popped up to me because you just mentioned it was she's just like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to make any decisions. Like
Mm.
she's like, and then you saying that I said, huh? Like it's crazy to think when I heard that, I was like, girl, what? But I'm like, damn,
Mhm.
that's sad. Like, I felt sad for her because I know that feeling of like you feel like you at a point in your life and you should have been in a different space. So I felt
Mhm.
sad for her in that way. But then that piece of like not being able to make decisions, and I'm like, well, girl, you 40, how you got here? But then now you saying what you just said, I'm like, okay, I get that. I broke away from that quite some time ago, but it still weighs on my head sometimes of that feeling of
Mhm.
like, I know what I need to do for myself.
Mhm.
It's the decision that I'm making. And but you always feel like, oh, maybe I should ask somebody, is this the right thing? But that came
Mhm.
from how we were raised, right? Like,
Mhm.
yeah, like my mother always need, someone else to back up whatever she wants to do. So she makes you feel like that is what you need. And whenever you make a
Mhm.
decision on your own without, asking, they make it seem like that's like oh, what do you do? Oh my gosh. Like,
Right.
I broke away from that for a while, but I also learned that, some things that you thought you took care of sometimes resurface and you realize you did
Yeah.
do something, but you
Right.
ain't finished, right?
It's incomplete. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
so like having my daughter now, I'm like, when I make my decisions, it is what it is. I don't know, something about having her just makes me feel like things are just more definitive. If that makes sense, right? I don't
Yeah.
need outside opinions. This is what's good for us,
Yes.
and that's that. I don't
Right.
want to hear it, and I'm very strong about that, especially when it comes to her. Like,
Yeah.
whereas me,
Yeah.
I'll be like. should I ask some? And so
Yeah,
I have to be like, no, no, you're making the best decision for you. You're fine.
yeah,
You know? So I definitely
right.
get that. I definitely understand that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a learning curve because I feel like, as I said before, like sometimes when it comes to me, I police myself or police my body, but then also I allow others to play the police for me.
Mhm.
And because they play the police for me, then it makes me not take a chance. So, like for example,
Mhm.
I'm trying to transition into doing private practice. So all these years of working under an agency, my mom was like, "Oh, you should leave. They're not paying you enough." Da da da. And I was just like, "No, I need the technical skills. I need to be more comfortable and confident in providing therapy before I branch on my own." So in my spirit, it was like, oh, I'm ready to branch on my own, only because there's nothing wrong with the agency. I just need more money. I need more money to put in my pocket.
Age of work.
So, and to work, right. So I'm telling my mom about this, like, hey, this is the plan that I have where, I broke my goals into quarters for the year. And I said, hey, you know what? I think for quarter one, I think I'm just gonna sever ties with my agency only because I feel like I just need more money, et cetera, et cetera. I'm telling her these things. And knowing that she's had like said these things in the past, I'm thinking like she's gonna be on board. Here she is acting like the police. Well, why would you want to do that? You're gonna miss out on opportunities of making extra money. I don't think it's a good idea. I think you should wait. And I know when she does that, it's like basically you telling me to wait. And if I wait to the time, then you're telling me, no, I don't think you should do it. You should wait again and go on and so forth. And I had to be like, I can't be complicit to my stagnation.
And it's not her life. Like, you know how it's the simplest words sometimes.
Yeah.
But again, motherhood made me get there faster, stronger.
Mm-hmm.
You lived your life. Are you feeling overwhelmed by the demands of life? Motherhood? At AJO Consulting Services, LLC, we offer comprehensive wellness services that include personalized coaching, doula care, consulting, and personal and professional development to help you navigate this beautiful yet challenging phase of life. Our services are designed to support individuals and communities, especially women, birthing people, and families of color, in creating a more joyful and stress-free experience. From family planning to postpartum care, we provide the tools and resources you need to thrive. Let AJO Consulting Services help you prioritize your well being and create a healthier, happier future for yourself and your family. It's not your life, right?
Yeah.
Like something about that, this simple words, but it just clicks. And the thing is that as parents, and I'm trying really hard not to be that, even as young as my child is, to control her life. You know what I'm saying? Like it's hard sometimes because you think you know what's best, but the truth of the matter is it's not your life to live, so you won't ever know what's best for their life. You
Mm-hmm.
know? So and a lot of times people operate from their own fear and not really from the actual
Yeah.
facts of what's happening, you know? And so I get that because especially like they give you like a timeline or a marker, but it's going
Right.
to always move because
Right.
they aren't going to be comfortable with it, but it's not about them, it's about you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And I have to always remind myself that it's like, it's not about how you live your life. You're living your life for you. You don't live your life for them.
Hmm.
And I have to always kind of steer back because when growing up you have to listen to what they have or your parents have to say because they know what's best. And my mother always say this, I know you know things but I know things too, and it's like I get it, but then things that was for your timeline,
Hmm.
not this timeline. So
Hmm.
if I'm telling you I'm trying to branch off to being a part-time entrepreneur, I'm not leaving my full-time job because I need the insurance.
Hmm.
I'm
Okay. I give
staying.
you a
I'm
benefit.
staying. Right, exactly. I'm staying, but I'm also building something for me so that way it could carry me. And I'm not saying like I don't want a part-time job, but I'm also letting her know, like, you live your life working, working, working. I don't want that for my life. I don't want to work. Some days I don't want to work at all.
Mm-hmm.
And you should be okay with not having a job, like being able to work for yourself and monitor the way you get your income.
This day and
And
age.
she doesn't right, and she doesn't understand that. I think she just feels like, oh, I'm just gonna go out here willy-nilly. And it's like, no, like I'm building something for me, so eventually when I get tired of the main job, this will take over.
And ain't nothing concrete. You should always have
Right.
multiple streams of
Backup
income,
plans.
especially in this world, and especially as a black woman.
Right. Exactly.
So yeah, they come from a
Right.
different world. They come from a different time too. So again, they know stuff, yes, but you know what you know
To know
based on what you
exactly.
know.
Exactly.
Like, but everything is not going to be applicable because back then they used to tell women they can drink and smoke when they were pregnant.
Right. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
that was okay then. We
That
can't
was
do it
okay
now,
then.
but that
Couldn't
is
do
a
it
fact that
now.
you know, but that doesn't mean it's applicable now.
Right.
You know?
And this leads to the final thing that I wish I knew, that I don't have to necessarily tell everybody everything.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
and
you've been
and
silent. Yeah.
it's good, but then it's also bad because it's like people to you want to share what you are going through. That's the honesty of our conversations as friends or family. But then also there's some people, friends and family, that would deter you from the very thing that you are most excited about.
Mm,
And then you cause yourself angst of recoiling and going against the plan that you set for yourself, because yeah, you knew your plan is not going to work right away, but you saw the vision and how it's going to manifest itself in later years. And telling people what you are doing for your life, it will bring up fear for them, which will deter you from doing that. So I kind of realized, like, especially example with my mom, like I can't really tell her certain things until like near end, where I already have done it
girl,
and that I'm close to the end. And
girl.
unfortunately, yes, it could be sad, but I think it's more of a protection factor
Same,
about what I want and see for my life versus what their vision of my life should be.
same. And that's crazy because, yeah, again, mad years ago, I realized that if I'm gonna do something, I gotta do it real hush. And it's after the fact, I'll be like, yeah, so I did this thing. Or, or it'd be like right before I'd be like, yeah, I'm doing this thing. It's already set in stone, so there ain't no changing, Like,
Hmm.
so that's the same. But as you get older, and it's something about, I think there's also something about that 39th into the 40th year too, that I've said this about Jesus year, the 33rd year,
Yeah.
and I have yet to be proven wrong. But the Jesus year, even the Jesus year, especially huge transition in life. But then the 39 into 40, there's just something that clicks, there's something that unlocks. That's like all this shit, man. No, no,
Hmm.
I say no, and I'm gonna do what I want. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know what
It-
it is, but yeah,
It's
is
a
that
light bulb. It's a
yeah.
light bulb. It's like I I tell people this, like, fuck it, I'm 40. I do what the fuck I want. Like,
And
and
now
that's it.
it just makes so much sense now. Like so many things as you see, because I have older siblings, and so like especially my sister, like she already like she's been like this a little while, but I guess it's probably into her late 30s into now. So now it makes sense. But especially her 40s, the way she just be like, no, fuck that. Like,
Right. That
I ain't doing it.
look.
I don't care. She just like, and I just be like, girl, but I get it now. And then I think it's
Yeah.
also part of we've spent so much of our life already pleasing other people, right?
Right.
Doing
I
what
call it
society says, oh, blah, blah. But
right.
now we're like, look, I'm tired.
I
4 decades is enough.
Yeah, I call it conditioning. Like we was
Yes,
conditioned
yes.
so much, and then now it's like I feel like when you are from birth to 40, it was like, okay, we was driving for you. Okay, cool. You could drive yourself. And there's an expectation of you driving all willy-nilly because you haven't driven for a while. Like you know how to drive, but you haven't driven for a while, and you're just like making all these careless mistakes, causing almost accidents and stuff like that. But like for me, like when I turned 40, it was just like, nah, the road is straight. I'm good. And I'm just cruising, you know? And I just removing the conditions that I had placed on myself. Cause like
Mhm.
every time I'm having a conversation with other people, I'd be like, fucking, I'm 40. I do the fuck I want.
Mhm.
And I just remove those conditions, and I'm removing the
Yeah.
way I police myself. I remove the
Yeah.
way that I address myself. Because sometimes when a bad thought comes in mind, like, oh girl, like, oh, this is what's the point of you doing this when it's like, no, 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 let's stare that back. Like, I'm proud of you for doing something that was a little difficult for you. I think there's ways of making it better, yes, but it doesn't define you or define the person you are. There's no such thing as perfection. You don't have to perfect a craft. You just have to perfect yourself in the transitions and the ways of the craft. And
Mhm.
it doesn't even have to be total 100%. Perfection is defined by the number that you put it. 100% could be imperfect still.
Correct.
So
Mhm.
I had to be like, girl, like everybody be asking, "Oh, fuck it, I'm 40. I'm fuck, 40, 40, 40, 40." So that's all I kept saying, telling people like, fuck it, I'm 40. I do the fuck I want and when I want. I
Mhm.
ain't gonna tell you about it, but
Mhm.
that's near here or there.
Girl,
It's like that light bulb. It
it is.
turns on,
Yeah.
and it because when you was talking, it was like knowing that like that flicker of the light, like it works. You just bought that light bulb. It's just flickering. And when you turn 40, and that's what happened to me. When I turned 40, it became all the way on. And I was just like, well, I'm
Whoa.
here.
Like it's so bright. I can see.
It's so bright. I could see. It is what it is right here.
Oh, girl, I am looking forward to it. Honestly, like I I did, I guess like most people view 40 as like, whoa, right? I don't know if I saw it as old, but I saw it as like, whoa, like a big number. But the way this past couple of years, and especially this year, I am just like, I'm looking forward to it. I don't know, something in my spirit is like, 40 is gonna be amazing. Like something in
Hmm.
me is like, I can't wait to get here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I truly am excited. I think more excited I've been, well, probably turning 25, I was really excited about. 30 wasn't bad. But 40, everything in between, I kind of been like, eh.
Yeah.
But 40, I'm like, oh, I can't wait. And it's not even
Hmm.
to like celebrate. It's just like, I don't know what's waiting for me over there, but I'm ready. Like,
Right. Yeah. No,
I'm
I
ready.
get it because after I turned 40, it was just like, I guess, like, there's people that live in their truth, and then there's people that is allowing themselves to be authentic in their truth. And I think that's what's happening for me after I turned 40. It was like the conversations that you avoid having, you had it, and it was like, all right, well, this is what it is, and this is what I hope it could be. If it's not, cool. Like your boundaries is more not stricter, but it's more definite. It's like either yes or no.
Yes.
It's like there's no negotiation. Yeah, of course there's a compromise and changing because you're allowed to compromise. However, if you feel like this doesn't work for you, there's no explanation. I
Right.
think in our
I'm grown.
30s we had to
I'm grown,
explain.
grown.
Yeah, in our 30s we had to explain. 40, it was like more of like this is what's happening. This
Mhm.
is what I said, and I'm not gonna take away or I'm not gonna take it back. I think this is it for now. Get right or get left, and that's all I could offer you. Or if there's something in the middle, I'm not gonna compromise what I set as a boundary for me to be in that middle. This is what I feel like my middle is. you could come and go to your middle so that way we could adjust together. But if not, later. I
Yeah,
can't help you. I
yeah,
can't help
yeah.
you. And I think that's another thing. I don't have to help nobody.
At all.
It's not about gatekeeping.
Engaged. You ain't figured it out yet.
Right. It's not about gatekeeping. It's more of like, you can't compromise your peace. Like my peace
Mm.
is you can't compromise or negotiate my peace. Like if I don't want to
Yeah.
do not a damn thing, it's not because I'm antisocial or something's wrong with me or blah blah. It's just more of like
It's
I know what's my capacity.
millennials are tired. We tired. We
We are
tired.
tired. I don't want to
So
work. I
Friday,
don't want to bill. I
truth,
don't
look,
want.
you do look 20 and all. However,
Right.
our spirit and our experiences, we are 80 years old. Okay, we've been through some shit. Okay.
Right.
And no, seriously,
Yeah.
I don't think people really understand those outside looking in. As a group of individuals, we've been through a lot of life shit, right?
A
So
lot.
now that we've gotten to this age, this is why a lot of us are just like, fuck corporate, fuck a job, fuck partnership, fuck a child, because we're tired. We've been through so much mentally and emotionally. We're so drained. And so now, when we at this point, all we want is peace, calm, fun, good times, sleep. That's
That's it. That is
that's,
it. And
that's it.
sometimes in that order or sleep, and that's it. I
Yes.
tell people all the time, like people are like, oh, you always go hiding, you go missing and stuff like that. I say, I'm tired. Like, I work two jobs. I have to pay the bills in my house.
Mm.
My bills is only for me and this cat I have. And that's it. Like I'm exhausted and I'm allowed to, stay at the place that I pay rent at. And that's okay.
All my things in
I'm
here. Didn't remember I used to say,
I bought these things. I
just
gotta
like
buy
my house.
groceries.
All my things are here.
My things are here. I'm just a girl. Like I just want to be with my things.
Okay.
And I think that's been okay because in my youth it was like, oh, I was going out constantly all the time.
Mhm.
And now it's like I have my space. I don't have to go out all the time because there's nothing more to prove. And that's the thing about 40 too. I don't have to prove not a goddamn motherfucking thing.
And this thought was triggered by something you just said. In our youth, we spent so much time running outside, doing this, doing that, but I think it was distraction. I think we're finally okay with ourselves now, with
Mhm.
ourselves as a whole, our thoughts, our opinions. We're okay with it now. And so, like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's okay to be in the house with ourselves now. We don't have to run and distract ourselves anymore. And I
Mm-hmm.
think there is something to say about people who get to a certain age and they still constantly ripping and running the streets. You
Mm-hmm.
still running from yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I embrace all the feelings that comes with me in various moments, days, times, etc. And I think as to add to what you said, 40 is just more of being okay with sitting and going through them rather than trying to find ways to distract myself from them.
Mhm.
And I could sometimes feel like, oh, everything is great. And then sometimes I can feel like, oh, this is shitty, this life is ghetto, blah, blah, blah. And sometimes I could be very in desperado mode and trying to claw my way out, but I'm allowed to feel these things and go through them. And now I have to rush through them or try to find ways to distract myself from them. So I think we, as you said earlier, like we've been through a lot of shit
So,
and I don't think we took time to evaluate or decipher the shit. But now we're ready to open the binder and life, they say life starts at 40, but life, yes, some of it is true. But then also, I think intentionality starts at 40 because now I'm being more definitive of what I'm going to accept and what I'm not going to accept. And
mhm.
that is like friends, family, foe, whatever. Like, I told this guy the other day, I'm like, I'm not in the mood for this certain
Do you ever feel
thing.
like you
So
need a
you
little
gotta have to
guidance,
respect the.
a listening ear, or an unbiased perspective, a confidential space to talk through whatever is on your mind? Our compassionate and trained coaches are here to help you with relationship and family issues, career and professional challenges, stress and anxiety, personal growth and goal setting, and general life advice. We're not here just to give you answers. We're here to empower you with the tools and insights you need to make confident decisions. Your first step towards clarity is just a phone call away. Book your call now at www.ajoconsultingservices.com or click the link in our bio.
Fact that I'm not in that space, but I have no problem in checking in with each other. And he said, cool. And then he reverted back to the same thing I told him I not to do. And I was just like, you see, like right there, I told you I didn't want this. So now I'm ignoring you. Doing it intentional to let you know this is the boundary I set. If you keep crossing it, then my absence is going to be felt at a larger rate.
Yeah, because them boundaries, we ain't playing with them no more.
We not playing with the boundaries no more, and I think it goes with the family too, because like my mom always kind of mentions certain things, and I'm always like in a gas of like, where is this coming from? Where is this information that you are pulling out from? And I have to remind myself that you are comparing me to a version of a person that you liked.
Mm,
And I'm 40 now,
mm,
and I may not be that same person that you
mm,
like or how I look like, but you have to, appreciate this person that is here right now.
mm-hmm.
And that's the part of giving grace, but there also is like reminding them like this
I ain't,
is
I ain't her no. I'm her, but I
I
ain't
ain't
her
her
no
no
more.
more. I
Yeah,
ain't her no more. And that's
I am her,
and
but I ain't her
her
no more.
her no more.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, girl, this was good as hell. You been preaching, sis. You've been preaching. I see you. So where can the people find you if they want to find you, Miss Keesh?
So I promise I'm gonna be back on Instagram. Just give me some patience and time. I'm on Lent, so I gave up social media. But you can find me more on LinkedIn. Keisha Cameron, KESHIA, not KEI. That's how people tend to fumble. I am when I get back on Instagram. I'm on Instagram and Threads. It's Keish KEESH1119. And I don't have the Twitter or X. I keep on turning Twitter. That's the thing. I'm old. Uh, I'm not on X. I'm on Snapchat. But like, if you reach out to my handles, I would talk to you directly and find ways to connect with you then.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us again. Thank you for tuning into this week's episode of the Oasis podcast. I hope you were able to find something that resonated with you on your journey. Don't forget to subscribe anywhere you listen to podcasts and YouTube. Rate us and leave us a review and comment on Apple Podcasts, iTunes, and YouTube. Share your favorite episode and like us on Instagram and Facebook. If you have any questions, comments, want to be a guest, or any show ideas, contact us at ajaysoasis@gmail.com. That's AAYJAYSOASIS@gmail.com, or direct message us on Instagram and Facebook.